Talking with an artist I always viewed as having some of the best work I'd seen, filled with vibrant colors and fluid animation, when I got the chance to talk to Camu, I didn't expect for them to tell me I didn't have time to draw or be happy. Maybe I should just quit. It's always there in a way. But they also told me this, that when they were given the strength and ability to draw once more, they were over the moon. I talked to Camu, and I think you should hear their story. It's probably already clear that I've had a good impression of Camu for a long time. Actually, I used to post in their Discord server pretty often, and I always recalled seeing them interact with members, support artists around them, share resources, and give tips to those who ask. I'm always on the lookout for standout figures, and in my eyes, Camu was a generous artist who always put effort into helping those around them. So I was captivated. You may already know Camu or Cami through their YouTube channel, where they post polished, skillful illustrations and animations of all varieties. Over the past 6 years of uploading, they've amassed a total of over 160,000 subscribers, and perhaps more impressively, a community that is based on support and growth. Do tell. In an industry where gatekeeping everything, from brushes to techniques to layer types, is so common, I wanted to hear why Cami shared it all anyway. Many people fear sharing their techniques due to the idea of people copying them, that replication is taking something away from the artist, no longer making them special. So what's the difference in mindset? Cami says, I like sharing and helping in any way I can, that's all. If I have the resources, I don't see why I wouldn't share them with someone that could need it. Besides, sharing helps the artist who made the tutorial in the first place. To me, this is not only a testament to Camu's humility, but also their confidence as an artist. Those who don't worry about others copying minuscule parts of their work are often those who understand that they have the capability to innovate and move further, and that people taking aspects of their work is not enough to replace them. The inability to draw. Everyone struggles for their art, and even though we may know this fact consciously, our subconscious can lead us to forget that even our biggest inspirations who seem to have such ease creating deal with their own struggles. Cami explains how their personal challenges with health and otherwise impacted their beliefs regarding their art. It makes me constantly fatigued. It's getting better, but it's always there in a way, they said. Art, especially animation, requires a lot of mental energy, and it's the reason why I don't really post as often anymore. I doubt myself. I'll never be a good artist because art is too tiring for me. I'll never get better, and the classic, maybe I should just quit. Art is a big part of my life, and I wouldn't ever give it up no matter how bad things get. When I feel like this, I simply take breaks until I feel like drawing again. They continue, which I did. As soon as I could, all I did for days was draw and draw and draw. I was over the moon. I was never tired. It's crazy how a pencil and an eraser can make a person so happy. While we like to imagine that those we look up to have entirely mastered their craft and can draw quickly, creatively, and perfectly, probably because we want this in ourselves, it's important to realize that this is only a made-up ideal and that oftentimes we all struggle with the same things. Also, Cami wanted to share that although there were some points in the hospital where they would draw non-stop, this was only after periods of complete inability to draw, and that this sort of behavior can cause heavy strain to both physical and mental health, and that they wouldn't recommend it. Nowadays, they take many breaks while drawing and encourage others to do the same. Infectious generosity. Acts of courage encourage others to act, and when Cami shares tips and experiences in their server, it frees up a space where people are open to share the things they themselves learn, benefiting everyone in the long run. I need to admit, sometimes I find a free tutorial or a method that completely revolutionizes the way I draw, and my brain is like, heh, this is too good, and I want to gatekeep it, but I never actually do, because I imagine if something helped me this much, it could also help someone else and make them happy. I think it's natural to want to be the best, to keep things to yourself to some extent, but how are you being benefited by others being worse? Is that truly a rise in your skill? Artists should help each other because it allows us to each be stronger and more knowledgeable in our own categories. That doesn't mean you have to tell everyone everything, but being open about your techniques tells people you are friendly, open, and supportive of others. Cami is a prime example of this. With a space built on encouragement and learning, they continue by saying, I'm very happy with my community. At first, I was very nervous and shy about telling my characters' stories and future plans, but after many people encouraged me to do so, I started to open up. I also now like to stream my process. I'm very happy to share, and others are happy to watch me draw. I never knew someone would like seeing that. Making and daydreaming. One of Cami's most technically impressive videos is a fully animated music video showing off their characters going through shenanigans together. The video shows a dozen fully animated and distinctive environments, all with shading and hand-drawn visual effects. Cami reflects on their experience, saying, Daydream was the hardest to make. It took me like 5 months. I think the end result turned out amazing. Usually when I finish an animation, I don't like it anymore after a few weeks. This is all wrong, why did I draw it like this? This part is way too quick, I say. But when I make videos like Daydream, even when I don't like them anymore or I notice the mistakes, I remember them as some sort of achievement, so I'm still proud of them. After all that work, it'd be reasonable to hope that your time pays off, for others to be able to see it and for it to get a lot of views, but Camu has a different perspective. Daydream didn't get many views compared to some other videos, but I never cared. All I cared was that it was finally done and I could share it with people. I love animating my characters interacting and making them feel human. I want others to understand them and make their own interpretations. That's the thing I love the most. Videos like Daydream encourage people to do that. My work's target audience is me. This mindset leads to a mentality of creating what you want rather than relying on external validation to feel proud about your work. My work is made so I can have something to be proud of. If others like it, I'm glad, but most of the things I do are because I want to, not because someone told me to. Why we suffer and how to create. Okay, so we hear how much Camu's characters have done for them and how much they resonate with them, but creating is hard. How do we make things ourselves? Here's Camu's answer. Just try. You want to animate something, but you're not sure? Just try. You're not sure how to draw something? Just try. I think the trap a lot of animators fall into is that they try so hard to make every frame look good. Look, put it this way. Imagine if you take a photo of someone running a marathon. Will they look stunning every time you take a photo? No, they're probably sweaty and exhausted. They're there to run, not to be a model. Same thing applies to animation. They're there to move, not to be examined at every frame. The important thing is that the movement is believable. A letter of respect. In my mind, Camu is a goldmine of a creator. It's rare to find an artist who's so skilled, nuanced, open, and happy to help everyone around them, and I think that's something we can all aspire to. In my personal opinion, what separates the truly great from the rest is not a matter of who can draw the best or who can draw the quickest. Camu holds the mental maturity to grow themselves professionally and also allow others to grow alongside them. Whether it takes 2 days or 5 months to create an artwork, the final product should be a testament to staying true to oneself. Massive thank you to Camu for allowing me to share their story. Honestly, there were so many great things I didn't get to put in. Everything Camu said really resonated with me, and I'm sure many others. If you're interested in checking out their Twitter, YouTube, or joining their ultra-inviting Discord server, I definitely urge you to do so. One more word from them. I actually have another tip. Don't take your art too seriously. Have fun. I'd rather see something that you put effort, love, and which you had fun making, I can always tell, than something anatomically correct but that stressed you to no end. Soul Candy is a project aiming to inspire and help artists. If you're interested in twice-a-month videos, including interviews with creators you know and learning about tips that revolutionized my art and process, stick around and consider subscribing and liking the video. Thanks for watching.